Welcome students for the fifth capsule of the topic, and that is shear force and bending moment diagram. So let us as usual start with the LMR or the basics of the topic, that is shear force and bending moment. So starting with the title itself, that is shear force, it is defined as equal in magnitude but opposite in direction to the algebraic sum of resultant of the components in the direction perpendicular to the axis of the beam, where all external loads and support reaction are taken care, acting either side of the section being considered. So just to explain you this entire definition in the simple terms, I have, let me make a beam here. Let us say there is a beam which is having support of, let us say, hinge and a roller here, and there are some applied loads in this direction. So what SFD is, if we make the free body diagram, so this is VA, this is HA, and let us say this is VB, and these are the acting forces which are given. So what shear force say, if we take the forces, the algebraic sum of all these forces which are perpendicular to the axis of the beam, then the opposite to it with the same magnitude will be the shear force. So if I make the shear force diagram of this, the only one force which will be opposite to this algebraic sum of the forces will be known as the shear force, and it can be taken on the either side of the beam. Now, similarly, if we go for the bending moment part, it is the measure of bending which can occur when an external force or moment is applied to a structural element. So it's very simple to understand. Let us say there is a beam and there is a force acting here of, let us say, 20 Newton, and I want to find out what is the rotating effect which is occurring on this point. So it is rotating the beam in this direction with some value. So what is that value is nothing but the bending moment about this point. Now, as the topic name is shear force and bending moment, is there any relation between the two? So yes, there is a relation. So what is the relation between shear force and bending moment? So we have delta M. So we have rate of change of, that is d by dx, of movement with respect to x is nothing but the shear force. So the rate of change of movement with respect to x is nothing but shear force, where x is the any value along the length of the beam. So as we go on increasing the length, the rate of change of movement along the length is nothing but the shear force. Similarly, we have also relation between shear force and the intensity of the loading. Intensity of loading means, let us say there is a UDL acting on this beam of intensity W. So is there any relation between the shear force and this intensity? So yes, there is a relation, and that relation is like this, that dV by dx, the rate of change of V, that is shear force with respect to x, is nothing but minus of W, or you can consider W. Minus is just indicating it is negative relation. Okay. Now let us move forward for the very important part, that is characteristics of shear force diagram. Without knowing this, you cannot draw the SFD and BMD. So the first characteristic we say is, if there is no load between the points, let us say there is point A and this is point B, and the characteristic says that if there is no load between point A and B, then SFD is a straight horizontal line. So if I draw SFD for this, it will be a straight horizontal line between A and B. Okay. Second characteristic is, if there is a UDL, if there is a UDL between the 2 points A and B, so I will make a UDL here. So if there is a UDL between 2 points, then it will be reflected as an inclined line between A and B, between the 2 points. So this is A, this is B. So in SFD, it will be a inclined line. Third property. Third property is, when there is a UVL in between the 2 points. So UVL means uniformly varying load. So if there is a UVL between 2 points, it is represented as a parabolic curve between the 2 points. It will be a parabolic curve between 2 points A and B. This is the third characteristic. Fourth characteristic is, fourth one is, If there are point load acting, if there are point load acting, let us say there is a point load here, there is a point load here, there is point load here, and there is a point load here. So this characteristic say that wherever there is the point load acting on a beam, at that point the shear force value changes drastically and it is shown by a vertical line. So what happens here? Let us say this is beam AB. At this point A, there is a vertical force, hence there will be a vertical line because there is a point load here. Now, let us say this is point C and point D. At point between points A and C, there is no load, so it will be a horizontal line as per characteristic 1. Then at point C comes the vertical load. So at vertical load, the shear force changes drastically and it is shown by a vertical line. So it will be a vertical line depending on the magnitude. Then again, between C to D, there is no load, so there will be a horizontal line. Then again, at point D, there is a vertical load. Vertical load means vertical line. It will be shown as a vertical line on the HFD. Then again on B and D, there is no load, so it will be a straight horizontal line. And finally, at point B, again there is a point load, so it will be a vertical line. So this completes the shear force diagram for this particular beam. And the fifth and last point is wherever shear force changes its direction. For example, let us say this is a value of, let us say, 10 kilonewton in shear force, and here there is a value of, let us say, minus 5 kilonewton in between points A and B. So if I draw the shear force diagram, it will be like this. It is an inclined line. So what it says that wherever shear force is zero, or wherever shear force changes its direction, the bending moment at that point, will be maximum. This is the main point, will be maximum. So bending moment will be maximum at the point where shear force is zero. Okay. So hope you have understood all the 5 points of characteristics of shear force diagram, moment diagram, exactly on the same lines. So first stage or first characteristic says that if there is no load, between points A and B, then it is reflected as an inclined line in the bending moment diagram. So it is an inclined line here. Then second step says, or second characteristic says, if there is a UDL, acting between 2 points, then in bending moment diagram it will be a parabolic curve between A and B. Third characteristics, if there is a UVL, between 2 points, then it will be shown as a cubic curve. So this is parabolic curve and side. Fourth is if there is an external couple acting between 2 points or at any point, then the bending moment diagram changes the value drastically and it is shown by a vertical line. So let us say this is point C. Between point A and C, if you observe now, between point A and C, there is no load. So if it is no load, it will be an inclined line between A and C as per characteristic 1. Then at point C, there is an external couple. So because there is an external couple, it will be shown as a vertical line. The value of bending moment changes drastically. So it will be a vertical line. And then again from B to C, there is no load, so it will be an inclined line. So this completes the bending moment diagram for this particular case. And the last point is wherever bending moment diagram makes a zero or crosses the zero line, that point is known as point of contraflexure. Again, main point of contraflexure. A point where the bending moment becomes zero or it is crossing the or changes the direction. Okay. So hope you have understood all the basics of SFD and BMD, and now we are ready to move towards the MCQ part. So the first question is the point at which bending moment is zero in bending moment diagram is called. Just now we have discussed this, and the answer is point of contraflexion. Answer. Next question. Shear force is an unbalanced dash to the left or right of the section. We have seen that if the beam is horizontal, then what is the shear force? Shear force is the force acting in the direction perpendicular to it. So the correct option left or of the section. So answer will be B. For a beam ABCDE loaded as shown in the figure, the bending moment at point C is. Now, before finding out bending moment, first we need to find out what are the reactions at A and E. So, for which I need to draw first the free body diagram. So, for a free body diagram, we have same AE. Let me make it as VA. Then we have the force here 25. Then here it is 40 kilonewton. Here it is 25 kilonewton, and here it is. Now, this force of UDL will be 12 multiplied by 4 of 48 Newton force or 48 kilonewton force acting at a distance of 2 meter from it. Okay. Now I can find out what are the support reactions. So for support reaction, first I will write summation of Fy should be 0. So I will get VA plus VE is equal to 25 plus 40 plus 48. Let this be equation. Creating a clockwise minus 25 distance is 1. Then again minus 40 into distance is 3. Then minus 48 into distance from point A will be 2 plus 1 3 plus 2 5. So multiplied by 5. Then again minus 25 into distance from A is 3 plus 4 7 plus, because it is making a anti-clockwise movement. This V is making an anti-clockwise movement. So plus VE multiplied by 8, and this should be equal to 0. So on solving this, I will get answer for VES. VES, I will get answer as 70 kilonewton. So as I got answer for this, I don't need for this VA because I will consider only the forces on the right side. Now, I want to find out moment at C. So to find moment at C, consider all the forces only at right side of point C or left side. So let me consider only the right hand side. If I consider at this point, the right side forces are this one, which is making a clockwise movement. So it will be minus 48 into distance from point C is 2. Then minus 25 into distance from point C is 4. Plus value of V is 70 into distance from point C is 5. So if I solve this, I will get value of MC as 154 kilonewton, which is option number C. Okay, so it's very simple. Just draw the free body diagram, find the support reactions, and find out the moment at the point required. Okay, let us go to the next question, which says bending moment at internal hinge is always. Okay, let me explain you what do you mean by internal hinge. So let us say there is a beam AB and there is a beam, let us say BC. Now this both beams has to be joined together. So these two beams are joined together by a internal hinge. This is known as the internal hinge. And to find out support reaction, what we do? We found out the hinge reaction at hinge equal to 0. That means I can say that bending moment at hinge is always 0. So option is B. The shear force diagram for a SS beam carrying UDL of W per unit length over the entire beam consists of, okay, so there is a beam and it is carrying a UDL of weight or intensity W. So question asked is, okay, shear force diagram for a simply supported beam. So it is also simply supported. Okay, I want to find out the nature of SFD. So it's very simple. We know the characteristics. There is a point load here. So if there is a point load, there will be a vertical line. So it will be a vertical line shown here. Then between UDL, sorry, between points A and B, there is a UDL acting. So if there is a UDL, that will be shown by a inclined line in SFD. So there is an inclined line here. Then again at point B, there is a vertical force. So vertical force means vertical line. So this will be joined like this. So now, how can you depict the nature? Let us go by option. One right angle triangle, no. Two right angle triangles, yes. This is the option. So it is a two right angle triangles. Consider following statements for a simply supported beam subjected to couple at midspan. Okay. So I will make a simply supported beam and there is a couple at the midspan. Okay. So there is statements regarding bending moment and shear force. Let me draw it first. So if I draw the shear force diagram, it will be like this. There is a vertical force, then there will be a vertical line. Then there is no load, so it will be a horizontal line. And again, there is a vertical load means vertical line. So this is HFD. And regarding BMD, if I draw, here there is no movement, so it will be zero. Then at point C, there is a couple. So if there is a couple, okay, between A and C, if I name it as ABC, between A and C, there is no load acting, so it will be a inclined line between A and C. At C, there is a couple, so it will change drastically. So it will go up with the vertical line. Between C and B, there is no load, so it will be designed by a vertical or inclined line. So this is nothing but your VMD. Now let us analyze the statements. Bending moment is zero at the ends and maximum at the center. Bending moment ends to zero and center to maximum. Yes, this is correct. Then bending moment is constant over the entire length of the beam. No, it is not constant, it is varying. You can see here from the diagram. Shear force is constant over the entire length. Shear force is constant over the entire length. Yes, it is correct. Shear force is zero over the entire length. No, shear force is not zero. So the only option is 1 and 2, 3 are correct. So 1 and 3 is different. Option C. This is my answer. Next part. Next question. A simply supported beam of span 4 meter. Okay, so I will make a simply supported beam of span 4 meter. This is a simply supported beam of span 4 meter. Carries a point load of 10 kilonewton at a distance of 1 meter from left hand surface. So from left hand, from the left hand support, it is at a distance of 1 meter and there is a force of 10 kilonewton. Okay. So let us say this is VA and this is VB. So I will give you a shortcut. Without solving, how can you find out the values of VA and VB? What you need to do, if you want to find out VA, so this is 1 meter, this will be 3 meters. So VA value will be the distance on the opposite side. That means this side. So it will be 3 divided by total distance multiplied by the value of the load. So it will be 3 by 4 into 10, which is 7.5. And similarly, what I will get for VB, if I go to VB, if I want VB, the opposite length is this one, which is not at B, which is 1. So it will be 1 divided by total multiplied by 10, which is equal to 2.5. So without solving, I got the answer for VA as 7.5 and VB as 2.5. Now what is asked? What is the bending moment at the center of the span? Center of the span means at, let us say, this particular point. This is at a distance of 2 meters. So I will write moment at D. Consider only the forces on right hand side. So there is only one force here, this one, making anti-clockwise movement. So it will be 2.5 multiplied by 2, which is equal to 5 kilonewton. So answer is D. Next question. A cantilever beam. Okay, now it is a cantilever beam. Okay, I will go to cantilever beam. Cantilever beam means it is fixed here. Carries a UVL from 0 at free end, 0 at free end, and 12 at the support. So it is like this. UVL is like this. It is 0 at free end and it is 12 at this particular end. It is fixed. No problem. So this is 12, this is 0, and the length is 6 meters. Now, first of all, we need to find out maximum shear force and bending moment. So first I will draw the free body diagram. So free body diagram, here it is fixed support. So it will be EA, HA, and this is the moment at A. And here there will be a UDL force. So UDL force converted into a point load with the value of half into base into height. So it will be 36 Newton force acting at a distance of h base by 3, that is 2 meters. So this is, let us say, point A and this is B and A. Now question asked is, what is the maximum shear force? So simply I can say that if this is 36, this also is 36 because there is no other vertical force acting. So if I take into account the vertical forces, the only force available in vertical direction, bending or bending moment is this one, option D, having a value of 36. And if you want to find out moment, let us say finding out moment at A, so I will get MA is equal to, if I take the moment of this, so it will be 36 into 2, which is equal to 72. So answer is 36 and 72. Option D. Let us go to the next question, which is, this one. Point of contraflexure is a point where, so we have already seen this, a point where bending moment changes its sign or bending moment is zero is known as the point of contraflexure. So we have bending moment changes its sign, its value is zero. So this is the correct option. Option B. Next question. A simply supported beam of span 8 meters. Okay, there is a span of 8 meters here. AB, and it is carrying a UDL. Okay, there is a UDL here of 10 kilonewton per meter. Okay, for a span of 3 meters. Okay, no, sorry. We want to read the question again properly. So, what is the thing you learned? Don't draw unless you read the question entirely. So question is, a simply supported beam is there of 8 meters. So I will first make a simply supported beam. So as it is simply supported, I will write A and B, and total is 8 meters. Carries a UTL of 10 kilonewton per meter for a span of 3 meters starting from right hand. Starting from right hand, it carries a UDL for 3 meters. So let us say this is point B and this is point C. And I want to find out what is the bending moment at center. Center means at, let us say, point E, which is at a distance of 4 meters from. Okay. So starting with the free body diagram. So there is two supports. So let us say name it as VA and VB. And here there will be a load of 3 into intensity is given as 10 per meter. So 10 into 3, 30. So there will be a load of 30 kilonewton at a distance of 1.5 meter from this. Okay. So if it is 1.5 from here, so it will be 1.5 from here. It is exactly at the center. It is 1. Now, just gave you the hint of how to calculate VA and EB without actually solving it. So I can write down VA is equal to the length on the opposite side. Opposite side of this load, the length is only 1.5. So I get 1.5 divided by total length is 8 multiplied by 30. So 1.5 into 8 by 30, 5.625 kilometers. Similarly, I can write down VB. VB, if I want to find out VB, the opposite length here, opposite to this force, remaining length will be 6.5. So 6.5 divided by 8 into 30, it will be how much? It will be 24.37 approximately. So this value I got as 24.37, this value I got as 5.625. Now we are required to find out movement at point B. You can consider any force, this side or this side. So let us say there is only one force on the left hand side, so I will consider left side here. So I will write movement at D is equal to 5.625 625 multiplied by distance from point B is 4. So into 4, I will get answer as 22.5 kilonewton. You can also take the moment of all forces on right side, but there will be two forces. So to curb the time, I have taken on the left hand side. So the answer is A. In a simply supported beam of span L and carrying UDL of W per meter length over the entire length, the maximum bending moment is. Okay, again, same logic. It's the UDL for the entire length of weight W Newton per meter. The total length is L and it is simply supported. So again, I will make the free body diagram. So there it will be VA, there it will be VB, and because it is UVL, the force will be W into L and acting at a distance of L by. Now, as it is WL, as it is exactly at the center, I can directly write without solving. VA is equal to WL by 2, VB is also equal to WL by 2. Now, taking the moments at points A, C, and B. Again, by logic, we know that moment at C and moment at A and moment at B will come 0 because there are no forces on right hand side or of B and left hand side of A. So the only thing which we can do is find moment at C. So now we have to find out moment only at point C. So if I write moment at C, just observe, it is VB, that is W into L by 2 multiplied by distances L by 2. And answer will come out to be WL square by 4, which is also an option available in the list, which is this. And the student marks this as the answer, which is the wrong one. Now, why it is wrong? Just observe it. You have considered the moment of this force, VB, but there is also a UDL here in this particular part. So for this UDL, there will be a force which is reacting here with the value of, the value will be intensity multiplied by length. Length here will be L by 2 and it will be acting at a distance of L by 2, that is from here, that is L by 4. So if I consider the moment of this now, so it will be minus W into L by 2 multiplied by L by 4. So finally I will get WL square by 4 minus WL square by 4. So if I solve this, I will finally get answer as WL square by 4. This is the correct option, option number 3. Let us go to the next question, which is bending moment. Bending moment at supports in case of simply supported beam is always. So if I want a simply supported beam and I want moment at ends. So I know that if I consider moment at A, there is no force on left side. And if I consider B, there is no force on right side. That means moment will be 0. So answer is B, answer is 0. Next part. Next question is, a simply supported beam of 5 meters span carries a point load of 22 kilonewton at a distance of 2 meters from right hand side. So I will make a beam. Again, it is simply supported. So I will make a simply supported beam of span 5 meters. So there is a point load of 2 kilonewton from the right hand side of 2 meters of 22 kilonewton, and we need to find out what is bending moment at the center. That means at a distance of 2.5 from this one. Let this be A and this be B. Again, simple logic. I can find out B and BB by shortcut, which is BA is equal to opposite side to this force, which is 2 meters. Out of total length is 5 multiplied by load is 22. So the answer will come as 8.8 kilometers. Similarly, if I point BB, it will be distance on the opposite side, which will be 3 divided by total distance is 5 multiplied by 22. So it will be around 13.2 kilometers. So we got answer for VA as 8.8. We got answer for VB as 13.2. Now we need to find out moment at this particular point. Let us say it is B. So I see on the right hand side there are two forces. On left hand side there is only one force. So I will take the moment on left hand side. I will let moment at B is equal to 8.8 into distance from point D is 2.5. So 8.8 into 2.5 gives me 22 kilonewton meter, which is answer is B. So this is the correct answer. Next question. A simply supported beam again of span 4 meter is carrying UDL of 10 kilonewton meter. Okay. What is the bending moment at the distance 1.5 to the left of right hand support? Again, just playing of words. There is a simply supported beam carrying a UDL for the entire length. So UDL for entire length of 4 meter, and it is 10 kilonewton per meter. So if I draw the free body diagram, it will be like this. A force of 10 into 4, that is 40 kilonewton, acting at a distance of 2 meters. Let us say this is A, this is B, and this is BA, and this is BB. So by default, we know that because of symmetry, if this is 40, this will be 20, this will also be 20. Now, I want the bending moment at a distance of 1.5 meters to the left of right hand support. Right hand support left. Left from right hand support means this point. So at this point, let us say C I want, it is at 1.5 meter, I need the bending. So simple. At point C, take the moment on the right hand side. So I will write, because there is only one force, I will write MC is equal to 20 into 1.5, which is equal to 30 kilonewton. The answer is C. Next question. Point of contraflexure in a beam is, this just we have seen, the point of contraflexure is point where the bending moment is 0 and also changes sign from positive to negative. So this is the option. Then the rate of change of bending moment at any section represents. We have also seen this in our LMR. Rate of change of moment with respect to section. What is that? It is nothing but V, that is shear force. So the answer is option B. Next question. What is the maximum bending moment for a simply supported beam of 10 meter length carrying a point load of 10 kilonewton at its center? So that's very simple. A simply supported beam. So let us say VA and VB. It is a carrying a point load of 10 kilonewton exactly at the center. So it is 10 kilonewton at center. That means it is 5 meters. So if this is 10, so this will become 5. This will also become 5. Now I want moment at maximum bending moment. So we know that at A and at point B it will be 0. So only point which has maximum moment C. So I will write moment at C is 5 multiplied by 5, which is equal to 25. So answer is B, 25 kilonewton. Next question. What is maximum shear force? Okay. When a cantilever beam is loaded with a UDL of 10 kilonewton per meter throughout and length of the beam is 5 meters. So there is a cantilever beam here and it is loaded with a UDL for a length of 5 meter and intensity is 10 kilonewton per meter. So because it is a cantilever beam, it will be replaced by 3 reactions which support EA, HA and moment at A. Now this force 10 into 550, 50 Newton force will act at a distance of 2.5 meters. So we need what is the maximum shear force. So if I do the calculations, if this is 50, this also will be 50. So you can see the entire beam, the maximum force in vertical direction is 50. So answer will be directly 50 without calculation. So with this we complete the capsule on shear force and bending moment diagram. Hope you have enjoyed the session and got to learn something which is good. So in the next capsule, I will be covering the topic on slope and deflection. So meet you in the next capsule. Thank you.